Good morning, students. I hope you are all fine and fit and enjoying your holidays. Dear students, since Monday we have begun our online classes. Now it's a new platform of learning for you. Since last year you are learning through it, and I hope that you liked it very much. Many of you liked it very much because you got a mobile in your hand. In the past, your parents were not allowing to touch on the mobile. Your teachers were asking you not to use mobile. But now, such situation is there where you have to use mobile. But my dear students, it's a need of time. So get the mobile, use it only for your studies. Use it for constructive purpose which will help you in future. Sincerely work hard so that this study, whatever you study, that will help you in future. So I hope that you are doing it. We will go to lesson number 1 in your history textbook, history and political science. The first lesson is sources of history. In short, we will see what is the lesson. Division of history. Now the history is divided in 3 parts: ancient, medieval and modern. How is the division made? Ancient history. The span of recorded history is roughly 5,000 years. The span or the time span of recorded history is roughly 5,000. It's not exactly 5, it can be more than that. But roughly it is said that the ancient history, the span of ancient history is roughly 5,000 years. The medieval history, it may be divided into 2 periods. Medieval history is divided into 2 periods. The early medieval period, which lasted from 6th to the 13th century. First 5 centuries, 5,000 years, they are in ancient. 6th to the 13th century, that comes under the early medieval period. And the second part is late medieval period, which lasted from 13th to 16th century. So if the question is asked, so what is the span of medieval history, that is from 6th century to 16th century? In that there are 2 parts: early period, early medieval period, that is from 6th to 13th century, and the late medieval period, that is from 13th to 16th century. And then the modern history. The modern era includes the early period called the early modern period, which lasted from 15th to around 18th century. Modern era or the modern history includes 15th century to 18th century. The study of India in the post-independence period. Sources of modern history are different from those of ancient and medieval period. My dear students, in 3rd standard and even in 6th standard you have studied the sources of history. And now in this year also you are going to study about the sources of history. Even in 7th standard you had the sources of history, material sources, oral sources, written sources, in that forts, coins and so many things included in the sources of history. But the sources of history of that time, of the ancient and medieval time, those are different than the sources of modern history. Now presently what sources we use, those are totally different than the sources which were used in modern time. In the ancient and medieval period, they were using material, plates, maybe the weapons, the oral sources, the songs which were not written but passed from generation to generation, the buildings, the tools, coins, stamps, all these things were used as source when they had to study the history of ancient or medieval period. They were using all this, learning or looking at that or reading that, they were learning about the life of the people. For example, if you want to study about the ancient time, no material was available, but looking at the tools made by man, whatever the things used to make the tools, maybe the carving, maybe the pots which were available, looking at that, history was studied. But the modern time, the sources are totally different. Now suppose if you want to study the modern history, we are not going to use the old material. We are not going to use only the tools. We are not going to use only the weapons used. There are so many things, so many sources which are available. Those we are going to use for the study of history. So that's why the sources of modern history are different from those of ancient and medieval. We have to take note of various sources at the regional, state, national as well as international level. We have to refer the various sources which are available at regional level, at the state level, at the national level as well as the international level. Because now the world has become one family, like one family. We are together due to modernization. We have come close together. We have come together, and that's why we have to use even the sources which are available at the international level, not only national, regional or state. Written sources, material sources and oral sources, and the sources in the audio visual material. These are the various sources of history. Now in the olden time, written sources we had, those were written somewhere on the walls, somewhere on the plates, the bhurja patras were used, the ink was totally different. But the present or the modern sources are different than that. Now we have books, we have newspapers, we have encyclopedias and the other material, magazines and the other materials. Whatever is available, that can be used for as a source of history, as a written source, because all those things are available. The books might be available in the library or on the internet, or in any form. The material is available, and that material can be used for the study of history. The material sources, now the various buildings, the material which is used, that can be also used as a source of history. Oral sources. Now there are so many things, oral sources and sources in the audio visual matter. Now various, we can use the material available in the form of audio visual, films, maybe CDs, on pen drive, on internet. So many things are available. Those can be used to study the modern history. Anything you want to refer, anything you want to know, immediately you can go and get the material. In the olden time, the sources were very limited. Now there are so many sources are available. Those can be written material, oral, or in the form of audio visual. Written sources. Newspapers. Among the written sources, one very prominent and very important source of history, that is newspapers. I hope that you are going through the newspaper, you are reading newspaper, various newspaper published at local, regional or national or international level. How the newspapers can be a source of history? The various incidents takes place in a locality, at the state level, at the national level, or at the international level. The next day, the news is printed in the newspaper. When we want to study about history, you can refer the newspaper. A certain incident which was taken place in that the detailed report is given in the newspaper. When we study about that particular thing, you can use the newspaper, you can refer the newspaper, and that's why newspaper is very important. Not only the local, but whatever is happening in all over the world, those international news are also printed, so that can be used as the source of history. It's a written source because in written in detail with photographs, the report is printed, that can be used. Periodicals. These periodicals also can be used as the source of history or written source. Now what is periodicals? There are certain magazines. Those are published after a certain interval, after a certain span of time. Newspapers, they are daily, they are printed regularly every day. But there are certain magazines, those are published once in a week, they are called weekly. Some periodicals or some magazines, they are published once in a week, they are called weekly. In Marathi you call it Saptahik. Once in a week. Some are published once in a 15 days. They are known as fortnightly. Pakshik. Marathi word is Pakshik. Some are published once in a month. They are called monthly. Once in a month they are published. Some are published once in a year. They are called yearly, or it is called Varshik. So these periodicals are also a form of a source of history. If you want to study, you can refer these periodicals. These periodicals can be used for the study of modern history because lot of information is given, and these periodicals are not only giving the news. There are certain articles, search reports, or other information, important information is given in these periodicals, so that can be used. Diaries. Some people, they have the habit of writing diaries, and afterwards these diaries are published in the form of a book. They write important events from their life, important incidents from their life in the diary, and those diaries are published as book. So these diaries also can be a source of information, source of studying history. Reference books. When you go to the library, you will find there lot of reference books. A huge pile of books. Reference book, in that encyclopedia, dictionaries, other books. Those can be used as reference books. For example, if you need any meaning of any word, we can go to the dictionary. If you want to study detail about a word or a concept, you can go to the encyclopedia, where you will get the information, where you will be helped. So these books also are source of information. These books also help us to study modern history. Documents in archives. There are certain different things which are preserved. So these documents can help us. We will study what is archives afterwards. So these documents also are helpful to study the modern history. Correspondence. The letters sent from one state, the letters sent from one institute to the other, the letters sent from the one country to the other country. This correspondence is also helpful in studying history. Government Gazette. The government also publish these gazettes, that which important information, change and other things, those are included in that. These gazettes also are the source of modern history. Postage stamps. Now you must be knowing that we have seen the postage stamp. Looking at that, we can understand when it was printed, what was the purpose, whose photo is printed on that, from which country it belongs to, in which year it was printed, all the material, all the details we get through that. So looking at the postage stamp also, we can study history. And encyclopedias and dictionaries. Sometimes you get confused with this. What is encyclopedia and what is dictionary? Dictionary is different. In dictionary we get the meanings of the words, but in encyclopedia we get the detailed information about that particular concept. Suppose if you want to study about a plant, you will get detailed information with the photo in encyclopedia, so that you can study well. So encyclopedia is also one source of written source of studying modern history. Now which are those? Newspapers, periodicals, diaries, reference books, document in archive, correspondence, government gazette, postage stamps and encyclopedia. Now postage stamp. How postage stamp help us? Postage stamp don't reveal anything of their own. Now if you look at one postage stamp which is given here, in that if you look at the postage stamp, you will find that 15th August 1947 is written. This means that on the occasion of Independence Day, this is printed. The name is written, this name of the country is written India. So we looking at it, we can understand. Now postage stamp don't reveal anything of their own. They don't tell that everything, but when we look at the postage stamp, we come to know. For example, now in this, we see that India is written. This means that it belongs to a country. On that the date is mentioned there. This means that on the occasion of our independence, it is printed. The flag of a country is shown there. This means that this belongs to a country. So looking at that only, we can understand. We can know about the stamp. The historian make them to speak. The historian, when they look at the stamp, when we look at the stamp, they will not tell anything. The stamp will not tell anything, but when we look at the stamp, we come to know lot of information about it. Several postage stamps are available. It reveals a lot about the changing time. And you will not find that the postage stamp are same. Every year the new postage stamps are published and they reveal different things. Maybe the centenary year, bicentenary year, maybe in honor of great people, the postage stamps are published. So they reveal, they are of different size, they are different colors and different values. It reveals a lot about the changing time. There is a novelty in subjects and color. There is a wide variety of themes like political leaders, flowers, animals, birds, and event, silver, golden jubilees, bicentenaries, etc. Now these postage stamps are not of equal size and of equal color and of one only theme. They are having lots of themes. The themes like political leaders, maybe you find that the postal stamps by the name of or with the photo of Mahatma Gandhi ji or any other political leader. Animals, flowers, birds, some events like silver jubilees, the postal stamp is released. Golden jubilee, bicentenaries, the postal stamps are released. Here you can see the various types of postal stamps. Sources of history, periodicals, a magazine or newspaper published at regular intervals. The second one is periodicals. This is a magazine or a newspaper which is published at regular intervals. I told you, maybe once in a week, once in 15 days, once in a month, once in 6 months, or once in a year they are published. They are called periodicals, the regular intervals. So these periodicals or the magazines or the newspapers, they are also the source of history. If you look at some periodicals, one is Internet, Time, these are the periodicals. Diaries. A diary is record with discrete entries arranged by date, reporting on what has happened over the course of a day or other period. A personal diary may include a person's experiences, thoughts, feelings, excluding comments on current events outside the writer's direct experience. People have the habit of writing diaries. They write their experiences, the various events taken place, and these diaries afterward they are published in the form of a book. See the diaries. Next one is reference books. As I told you, if you go to the library, you will find that there are a lot of reference books in history, physics, chemistry, biology, computer, religious or any other material. These books also in modern time can help to write or to study history. A book intended to be consulted for information on specific matters. Suppose there is a lesson in your notebook, in your textbook related to science or any scientist, and you want to know more about that scientist. So you can use the reference book in which only the information of that particular person is given. That will help you to learn more about that person. If you want to study about any plant, you can go to the reference books, find out the reference book and get detailed information about that plant and study. Correspondence. In the modern time, correspondence comes under letter, emails, messages. All these come under correspondence. Mail communication, written communication, letters, messages. All this comes under communication, and whenever we require it, we can use it. It can be used as source of history. Government gazettes. Now what is gazette? Gazette of India is a public journal and an authorized legal document of the Government of India, published weekly by the Department of Publication, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. As a public journal, the Gazette prints official notice. Certain changes, certain information, change things which are published in this gazette, and these gazettes also can be used as source of history. Encyclopedias. A book or set of books giving information on many subjects or on many aspects of one subject and typically arranged alphabetically. They are known as encyclopedias. If you go in a library, you will find that there are encyclopedias. If you want to study starting with letter A to Z, different types of encyclopedias are there where you can study a lot. So next one is archive, documents in archive. An archive is an accumulation of historical records or the physical place they are located. The main office of the National Archives of India is at New Delhi. Remember this, the main. It is the biggest among the archives in Asia, where the accumulation of historical records of the physical place they are located. There are various historical documents. There are various historical things. Those are kept at one place, and that is known as archive. And the main office or the main archive of India is located at New Delhi, and this is largest among in Asia. Newspapers. Fourth pillar of democracy in modern period is known as newspaper, because newspaper gives us detailed information of the various incidents happening around us or all over the world. First, there was no alternative for newspaper, but now with the widespread of internet, the use of newspaper that has become very less, because we get up to date news within a short period of time after the incident has taken place. Now we can read the newspaper on internet also. Newspaper, we can get news about national and international affairs, politics, arts, sports, literature. What type of news we can get in newspaper? One is national and inter affairs which are happening there. Now suppose any match is played even in any foreign country, the next day the news report is printed in the newspaper. We come to know any earthquake or tsunami takes place in any of the country in the world, we come to know in newspaper about that incidents taken place. Political, arts, sports, literature, various news related to politics, arts, sports, literature, we come to know. Social and cultural affairs, whatever is happening in the society around us, we come to know through newspaper. Newsletters or various movements, dailies or weeklies of political parties. Certain political parties, they have their daily newspapers or weekly newspapers. In that they write about their political parties, also they write about the oppositions, we come to know about it. Monthly and annual magazines, there are various magazines which are published once in a month or once in a year, we come to know about it. Some newspaper publish supplements at the end of the year. There are certain newspapers, they publish a supplement at the end of the year in which whatever important incidents have taken place throughout the year, those are in short given in the supplement. So in this way, my dear students, we come to know about, or we can study history by studying all these written sources which are available with us. Now which are those? Again we'll repeat, that is newspaper, periodicals, diaries, reference books, document in archives, correspondence, government gazette, postage stamps and encyclopedia. So we will stop here. Thank you very much, but I hope that you will go through the lesson, read the lesson, don't write anything. Once the stationery is given, then you can start writing whatever is told. Thank you. God bless you.